for the victory lap though. Whoa, whoa. They ain't never seen nothing like this before. Lit the room when I came through the front door. Ask me if I stress overcome, what for? Train in the trees, please pardon my sycamore. Touch burning sands, cross lands and stormy shore seasons in the year, yeah. Ain't no channel for champions and chain no fear. Yup, the champ is here, switch gears. With keeping haters in the rear. At the blood, sweat and tears and my goal so near. I see my victory so clear. I see my victory so clear. And today, we break through. 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 I know it's lonely at the town.
Hey people, I just want to come on here and give y'all another opportunity to get to know us a little better. My name is Brian, and this is going to be a new segment called Random Thoughts with Brian. I don't know how random the thoughts would be. Actually, something came to my attention this morning. My daughter and I had a trip to Atlanta today, and we was discussing something that we heard on the Breakfast Club. Basically, it was about whether or not, well, actually the question was, if you are a woman in this day and age and you ask a man out, do you expect him to pay? Notice I said, if you ask a man out, or do you expect him to pay? And the situation was, the way that the question was asked, basically, let me take you to dinner. I think when you say it in that way, say it with that particular phrase, and let me take you to dinner, then I don't think any person would assume, whether it be a man or a woman, that if a woman said that to you, that you assuming that she's taking you to dinner, so she's going to pay. I got some pushback on that at first, but it was only after they thought about, well, my daughter in particular thought about, okay, the way that it was phrased, then yeah, that does sound like you asking somebody out on a date. And when it's like asking somebody, come on, let's, let me take you on a cruise. Then assuming that if you asked that way, that, you would assume that they paying for the cruise. So I think after that was established, that the way the question was asked, or the way that that date was initiated, then the person that initiated the date in that particular text is willing to pay for the date. Well, the situation was, there was a young lady that did that, asked a guy on a date on the first date. And the way that she asked it, it kind of looked like she was asking him out on a date that she was, he assumed that she was paying for it. And when he didn't even offer to pay for the meal, she got upset about it. And we couldn't figure out what she was mad about, because the way that she asked him out really signified that you were going to pay. So, and I was trying to get my daughter to understand that these days, every guy you meet is not going to be a gentleman about things. They might have not been taught to be a gentleman. They might not even know what their expectation are as a man when you dating, which is why I think what we do is so important about sharing our experiences with younger men, older men, so they can talk to their younger men about what's expected of them in the community, as a man. Whether it's dating, whether it's standing up for people in your community, whether you protecting people, providing for people, regardless of whatever the task is, that you up for the challenge because you know what's coming, because you've been taught better. You've been taught to be a gentleman. You've been taught to be chivalrous and courteous and, really take care of our women. We simply do not take care of our women enough. We simply don't, even the ones that are outside of your household. If you see a woman struggling, it's your duty to help. You see a woman of color, especially, in our community, we just do not help out like we used to. The men in the neighborhood ran the neighborhood. At least in the neighborhood I grew up in. Nothing really happened in that neighborhood without all of the men in the neighborhood knowing about it. Now, whether they decide to act on it or not, different. It depends on what was going on. Because I have seen my grandfather and them step somebody to the side and be like, "Hey, bro, that ain't gonna work." And we can't allow it to move on. Even though they all did things at some point that wasn't right, they would at least try to correct one another when they saw something going wrong. So, with that being said, a lot of boys ain't getting that right now. So, she's a 20-year-old girl, and I'm telling her, don't expect every guy to be like your father. I know I have taught her what standards she should be looking for in a young man, and this lot of them just ain't there. They just not there. So I understand her concern about it. I will be concerned as well, but just don't. If you ask the guy out the way that she did, then go ahead and assume that you paying. Or at least y'all paying for yourself. Maybe it's a Dutch thing, but that need to be clear before you even go out. Because a lot of these guys now, they not looking for it like that. They not gonna be chivalrous enough to say, "Hey, I got it." And that don't make him a bad dude. And that's what I was trying to get across to her. That don't make him a bad guy. They might just never learn that was something they supposed to do. So, y'all let me know what y'all think. Your comments are appreciated. They are welcome. If I'm wrong, dead wrong, tell me I'm dead wrong. But give me some feedback on this. I really want to know. When I ask y'all for feedback, it ain't just for views or anything like that. I actually want to know. I mean, I want to bring this to the community, to the consensus, if I said that right. I want to really know what y'all think about it. So hit me up, leave me a comment, leave me a message. This will be on Facebook and YouTube. So wherever you want to leave a message. But y'all let me know what you think. We might do a show on this, later on. We'll see. Depending on y'all response, we'll see. All right. Well, good day to you. Peace out. Oh, there it is. Peace out. And we'll talk to y'all later. Peace.